What is up, guys? What is up? I appreciate you guys coming in for another Tuesday travel news update. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my content here. Just to introduce myself, my name is Jay, and the YouTube channel is called Trippin with Jay. We're so happy to have you here just to participate and I guess learn the news, man. The news for travel, I didn't know would be this insane week over week. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until the news slows down. But right now, bro, like the news is crazy. As we do on every travel news Tuesday, we first start off with the travel advisories. The first couple of changes, damn, we have one, two, three, four, five changes on the list here for travel advisories. So the first one is Burkina Faso, and that's level four, do not travel. That was updated on the 16th of I almost said August, April. And then Colombia, I gotta check into this one for Colombia. That one was changed to a level three for reconsider travel, and that was changed on the 17th of April. Bangladesh was changed to reconsider travel, a level three, on the 18th, and the Kyrgyz Republic was changed to a level one on the 21st of April. Morocco was changed to a level two to exercise increased caution. So I want to focus on Colombia really quickly because I know I had a few YouTube buddies go out there recently, specifically to Medellin, and they had quite the exciting trip when they were live streaming. So shout out to those guys. Reconsider travel to Colombia due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. Some areas have increased risks. Read the entire travel advisory. Okay. Do not travel to Ara, uh, Araca? I've never heard of this place before. I gotta look it up. Norte de Santander departments due to crime and terrorism. The Colombia, Venezuela border region due to crime, kidnapping, conflict between armed groups, and the risk of detention. So I understand the border portion of it. Where is this other part? I'm just curious to know where it's at. So it looks like it is in. It looks like it borders Venezuela. Yeah, so it's in that region there. So they have two different notifications for that particular area. So do not travel there. But Medellin, Bogota, Cali, Colombia, all the other normal spots that you guys have heard of on the travel space and YouTube space, those are safe to go as long as you make sure that you are not trying to do anything silly over there overseas and do it for the content. So go over there and actually admire the culture, eat, enjoy the food, meet some of the people, learn the language of that particular country. Spanish is very, very easy to learn for English speakers. So I would definitely at least learn the basics before you go. So that is it for the travel advisory. So you guys see here. And let's go to the first news story of today. And we're going to get to the Delta fire that happened recently in the story is still developing. So we're going to go over that story after these next few. And I would say one of these is extremely important, almost more important than the Delta fire. But the first one is that Royal Caribbean cancels their destination in Haiti. So Royal Caribbean, if I can talk today, guys, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines is canceling all trips to its private beach resort in Haiti due to safety concerns that are affecting the nation or the island nation. If you plan to sail on a cruise soon, you may want to pay attention to your itinerary. A major cruise line is canceling all trips to its private beach resort in Haiti due to safety concerns that are affecting the island nation. Royal Caribbean recently altered its sailing itineraries to divert from stopping at its private island port in Labadee about 6 hours from Haiti's capital, Port au Prince, according to Travel and Leisure. Here's why Royal Caribbean is making these changes for at least April and May. Royal Caribbean is not sailing to its ports in Haiti because of gang violence and political instability in the country. According to the latest travel advisory for Haiti from the State Department. The State Department issued a level 4 do not travel advisory in September of 2024, warning travelers specifically about kidnapping, crime, civil unrest, and limited health care. All bad. The company has temporarily ceased its stops at the Haiti port and removed it from all routes. It is unclear whether Royal Caribbean will offer its Labadee Haiti port again at this time. That's super important, I thought, because I looked at how many videos were created for this particular port in Haiti, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a big deal. If a big company like Royal Caribbean is canceling a destination at one of its private islands near Haiti, and like this is a huge deal. It's not just like, oh, they'll resume it later, but this used to be like a real big deal when they had this stop on the itinerary. If you Google or if you YouTube search for Labadee Haiti, everything that's going to come up is about cruise ships. So this is a very big deal. Okay, so with that story completed, guys, I actually want to look into this story, and this is right before we get to the Delta fires, right? So this is about a traveler, this news story here. So it's about a Nigerian traveler that has wanted to travel all around the world. And the special thing about this particular person that's traveling is that the Nigerian passport, or they're traveling with a Nigerian passport. And the Nigerian passport is one of the weakest in the entire country. So if this was Dragon Ball Z, it would be a level 5 for the power level for Nigeria, unfortunately. So let's look at the passport index for Nigeria really quickly. Yeah, you need a visa to go anywhere. You need a visa to go pretty much everywhere outside of Africa and maybe a few countries. And I'm super interested in this story because that's all she has is her Nigerian passport. So I'm looking at, okay, so you can go to Barbados, Benin, uh Bolivia. Oh, Bolivia in South America. Okay. Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cambodia. You can go to a decent amount of places, right, without visas, but the majority of the rest of the world is all in red. You're either going to need an e visa or a regular visa is required if you have a Nigerian passport. And that's why I find this story so interesting because she's trying to travel the entire world with one of the weakest passports on planet Earth. So let's go ahead and read through this story here. Nigerian traveler says her thwarted world record attempt shows passport privilege is real. And ooh, it was actually written by a Nigerian as well. That's awesome. Nigerian travel blogger Alma Asanobi photographed in Antarctica at the start of her world record attempt. So that is her there. She is a YouTube content creator as well. So I'm very curious to see how she's going to vlog her trip around the world. So Alma Asanobi's mission to break the world record for the fastest time to visit every continent came to an unsuccessful conclusion at the end of March. But she succeeded in calling attention to the issues she aimed to highlight through the trip. Just how hard it is to travel with certain passports. And we've actually covered this on the channel before with Tayo Aina and his passport issues since he has a Nigerian passport as well. He actually had to get citizenship from another country in the Caribbean by investment in order to continue his travels. So the 26-year-old Nigerian travel content creator was attempting to beat the current record of 64 hours held by an American traveler who broke the record in February of 2025. When she was initially planning her attempt, the time to beat was 73 hours. She completed the trip in 71 hours and 26 minutes after Flight delays and visa issues derailed her journey. Asanobi says she wanted to spotlight the issue of passport privilege. The Nigerian passport is 92nd on a list of 102 on the passport index. Bruh. A ranking of all the world's passports according to the number of destinations their holders can access without a prior visa. During the journey, she said there were access and options denied her and extra checks she was subjected to because of her low mobility passport. And so, despite traveling from Antarctica to South America to North America, then Europe, Africa, and Asia, within the space of a few days, bureaucracy was one headwind she could not overcome. Oh, that's crazy. Wow, she went to Brazil, India. Okay. So, as you guys can see, I'm not going to read this entire thing here from CNN Travel, but it's because I have a couple of videos from her as well, and we're going to watch the video. But it looks like she had at least like on her way around the world. It was really fun, but it's kind of crazy if you think about it, especially if you're American or you have a stronger passport. The privilege that we have in order to travel to different locations all around the world without any real thought. We can literally just, all right, I'm booking a trip right now. All right, let me go to Mexico real quick. All right, let me go to India real quick. Let me go to Thailand real quick. Where these places won't require typically a visa or any additional checks. They see an American passport. They're like, okay, he's good to go. But we see here with her that if they see a green passport and it happens to be from Nigeria, they're like, okay, are you like a Nigerian scammer? How did you afford this trip? How much money do you have in your bank account? They do all of these checks just because of your passport. So I pulled up a video of hers kind of describing her trip before this article was written, of course. So she unfortunately didn't finish the trip around the world, but this is her promo video for it here. So you guys can take a look.
Continents in 70 hours with my Nigerian passport. I'm Alma Asinobi, I'm Nigerian, and I've traveled to over 30 countries across 5 continents, showing thousands of people how to travel the world regardless of the color of their passport. But now, I'm about to take it a step further and do something that's never been done with a Nigerian passport. In just a few days, I'll be attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to visit all 7 continents. Yep, that's right. From the chilly remote corners of Antarctica all the way to Australia, stepping foot on every single continent in between. For years, I've traveled the world with one of the lowest ranking passports. I've seen beautiful places, but at what cost? Almost every trip has been a battle, a fight, a new mission. I faced visa rejections, waited weeks without my travel document, thousands of dollars spent on applications. But in all of these, I've continued chasing after the life I want. Because my dreams will not be limited by the color of my skin or the color of my passport. For this record, the rules are strict. Visit all 7 continents, and not just the airports. Get into each city, collect evidence, and document every step of the way.
Wow.
With precise timing and zero room for error. Every second counts. I've gone through hell to secure visas, planned several alternative routes, and prepared for every possible obstacle. But one delayed flight, one missed flight, one canceled flight, and the record could be over.
Yeah.
The clock won't stop. It's 9 long flights, 7 short layovers, 7 continents, all in under 70 hours. This journey is not mine.
Wow.
It's ours. For everyone who has had to go through leaps and bounds just to travel simply because of the color of your passport, the world can finally hear us. Follow along and let's make history.
Damn, that's lit, man. Hey, I can't even lie. That's lit. I'm going to give her down to Marco for that, even trying that. Yeah, so I went on her IG and I was able to find her YouTube channel from her IG. I'm actually going to follow her. That is such an incredible like feat to even try. And for her to even make it that far and make CNN like as well, like it's crazy as a content creator to make such a big publication like that. and to be that ambitious and embark on a journey like that as well. It's incredible. It's really incredible. And this is her YouTube channel here. And I just pulled up the first video where I was like, Tayo Aina, what? So for the people that don't know, Tayo Aina is one of the largest Nigerian YouTubers, or in Africa as a whole. He's in the same camp as Watermaya and Stephen Ndukwu, but he is definitely one of the bigger YouTubers out there. And she has about 13,000 subscribers. That's gonna blow up as soon as the story like gets out in the real media. That's gonna blow up real quick, especially if she's posting content from her trip around the world. Let me see if she has anything from her trip around the world. And okay, so she's doing like behind the scenes vlogs here. Okay, that's not bad. She must be like keeping the content for her channel in the future. She must be like editing or doing something behind the scenes with her her around the world content for her world record attempt. But guys, go follow her, go support. But that's definitely a very ambitious young lady here, and we got to support. Like I would love to do a collab with her too in the future. So yeah, that is Alma Asanobi, and she was trying to break the record for traveling all around the world with the world's weakest passport, or one of the world's weakest passports. That's awesome, man. Shout out to her, man. I know she's going to do it again. She's going to try it again. Okay, so let's get to the main story of this live stream. And it has honestly been a focus week after week after week, is about something going on with these airplanes, helicopters going down and crashing and things like that, and bird strikes on like cargo planes. But this time it's Delta Airlines chance again, because remember that crash that happened where the plane was turned over because the pilot screwed up somehow. Here's something else with Delta. So there was a plane fire in Orlando, and this is still ongoing. So we may actually be able to watch an even newer video from YouTube about it. But this is from Fox News here. Let's take a look.
Trouble on the tarmac, panic as a Delta flight's engine catches fire just moments after it pushed back from its gate in Orlando. And as scary as it was to watch from inside the airport, passengers on the plane say they were panicking, Luann, as they struggled to get off. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Manny Martinez.
Good evening. I'm Luann Sorrell. Let's get right out to Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie. She is joining us live from the airport tonight. So, Hannah, why did the passengers say they had trouble getting off this plane?
Well, Luann, Manny, with the passengers, in addition to the crew, it was almost 300 people panicked, all trying to get out of very few exits. And tonight we're hearing only one of the available emergency slides on the plane was operational. Video shows the moments flames spark from the plane. The FAA now confirming one of the engines on the Airbus A330 caught fire Monday morning. The flight was heading to Atlanta with 282 passengers, but didn't make it off the tarmac. Channing Wells was on board with her mother and son.
He asked his mom, "Are we going to die?" I was like, "No, not today." And even some of the staff was panicking. You had kids, you had adults who were having anxiety attacks. It was rough.
To make matters worse, Wells says only one of the available emergency slides was operational.
You cannot get all those people off through one exit door, especially when they're trying to panic and pushing. We were not getting off that plane.
Anthony Brickhouse, an associate professor of aerospace safety, says the number of slides on an aircraft is determined by the number of passengers it can hold.
In order for an aircraft to be certified, it has to have a certain number of working slides, and they have to test that. It looks like everything worked out today, but this could have easily been a tragic situation.
Wells and others forced to wait for boarding stairs to be brought to the plane.
That's
but
crazy.
some passengers, she says, didn't stick around.
Everyone was not getting off the plane fast enough. There were several who jumped off.
According to the Orlando International Airport,
They jumped off? That's crazy. What?
3 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No word on how those injuries were sustained.
Everybody was running everywhere, and we were trying to figure out on our plane what was going on. And then all of a sudden, you could see like smoke coming from the back of the plane.
Hey, I low key, I was like not expecting him to look like that from the way that he sounded. I don't know if y'all, if before they turned the camera on the dude, I was like, okay, it sounds like it's gonna be like a white guy, right?
Out on our plane what was going on, and then all of a sudden you could see smoke coming from the back of the plane.
Jeremy
never
Hunt
know, bro.
watched it all happen from his seat on board a different Delta plane. Not a comforting sight as he was
Wow.
taking off to North Carolina. So the next time you take a trip, if you're wondering which seat is the safest, Brickhouse says it's a very common question, but it doesn't really have an answer. He says he prefers a seat in the exit row because it could possibly mean getting off the plane quicker, depending on the situation. He says that plus the extra legroom. Live at MCO tonight, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Damn, bro. Damn. Delta takes another L, bro. Oh man. I don't have no words, bro. Every single week there is something going wrong in aviation. I don't know if it's like a safety thing that's going on where they're not checking everything properly, or if it's just this just happens normally and more recently it's been getting filmed and put in the news. Either or, man. I just hope that they put some safety like restraints, like some guardrails in place where it actually enhances the safety of these aircrafts. So even if it's pilot error, it's not going to end up killing anybody, bro. That's the thing we're trying to prevent here is the loss of life. And with these things that keep happening with these airplanes, helicopters, and things going down, crashing, it really it really makes you think, like, is air travel a little bit less safe nowadays? And honestly, I think it's still safe statistically, but each and every news story that happens, it blows up because this is supposed to rarely happen, right? And when it does happen, it makes national news. So I still believe air travel is pretty safe, but just seeing this anecdotal news stories like this, it really makes you think like, yo, is this gonna be my last flight somewhere? I'm trying to go see Mexico, get some tacos or something like that, and that's your last flight ever. Like nobody likes to think like that, and I just hope they make these airplanes safer, man. That's it. And they're still rather safe statistically. They're really safe, but it's just these news stories that just blow up in the media. Okay, that was not that bad of a live stream, guys. I think we covered some really important news stories. And just to recap, we covered obviously the travel advisories like we always do at the beginning of the hour. And then we covered how Royal Caribbean is canceling their stop in Haiti for the cruise ships. And then we covered the Nigerian content creator, Alma Asanobi, who tried to break the record for traveling around the world with one of the world's weakest passports, which is the Nigerian passport, of course. And then we covered the main part of the live stream, or the main focus was the Delta fire in Orlando. So that's going to be it for today's live stream, guys. I really do appreciate you tuning in to the live, whether it's live right now or if it's on the pre-recorded session. So when you guys watch it on the replay. And I really do thank you guys again. My name is Jay. You've been tripping with Jay. And we just covered all of the news that we could for this Tuesday that is regarding travel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like and then hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I go live next, which is going to be Thursday because we do lives every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So make sure you're subscribed and get notified of new releases. That's going to be it for me, guys. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in today.